The Living Set. Topp pairs the beloved 1953 Topps baseball design with the incredible hand-drawn artwork of an artist Mayhem Seto to create one of the industry's most exciting product in recent years, which is a living set. It's a trading card set that starts with card number 1, but does not have a final card. It is not tied to any specific season or era, but lives on year after year. It's the first cross-generational product that can be collected and traded for years to come. Have you heard that?
No, that's pretty cool.
It's called the Living Set.
Oh, yeah. They still have that. They still do that.
Yeah, and there's no final card.
They do. Well, they have like this, the thing now they're doing, like the Project 2020, they do like an artsy kind of thing like that.
Oh.
Where they have like crazy artists from
this artwork of
the top artists
Mayhem Seto to create one of the industries. That's 2018.
Oh, what was you just talking about? 1953 though, wasn't it?
It did say something about
I thought you said 1953. They had the first.
Topps pairs the beloved 1953 Topps baseball.
What up,
design.
Pat?
Oh, you're letting.
Yeah, you were jumping off to the good start there.
Yeah.
Wow. What's up, Pat? I was trying, but I didn't want to interrupt you. You had a good story going there.
Yeah.
I like that. She was saying, give them the address and just tell them to go ahead and go pick it up. It's in the back. So we were watching Jabs earlier, and you mentioned 1952 Mickey Mantle card being dumped in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So we had to do our due diligence and do a little research on exactly what he was talking about, because I had no idea anything about that. So we're going to jump back to it's 1938. Maurice Shorins, something. I don't know how you pronounced it. He was a father, and then he had him and his four kids, Abraham, so-and-so. They revived their family business by coming out with Topp's chewing gum, 1938. So basically they sold 1 cent tabs of chewing gum called change makers. And 1947 is when they came out with the bazooka gum that's famous today. You know, you got the bazooka back cards. I don't have any, fortunately. Might have to get on eBay and get one of those to add to the collection now. It's a famous story, you know?
The bazooka.
Yeah, the bazooka. Because, like you said, she never heard of the bazooka gum on comics. And Patrick, I would guess if you're watching, you've never either. Because I don't know if they still make bazooka gum. I'm not sure. Why don't you Google that for me while you're here? Do they still make bazooka bubble gum? And I don't know if it's wrapped in comics. It used to be. I know in the 90s, I used to get that as a kid. It's crazy. It began in 1947. But, 49 would have been, so 1949, actually, I guess you could consider Topps's first baseball card. They did the Magic Photo card. Is it still wrapped? Yeah, it is. See? Yeah, you can still buy it. I don't know if they still make it, though. They're selling it on eBay. Elite Gum Bazooka. Oh, you can get it at Walmart. Yeah. Is it still wrapped in comics? Probably. Maybe. Walmart probably has enough money to hire their own comic writer. So anyways, 1949, Topps did the Magic Photo card, I guess you'd call it. So basically inside a pack of gum was this little photo card that you dipped in water, moistened it, and then you exposed it to light and had a little baseball image there, kind of like the old time photos, the Red Room or whatever, one of those kind of deals. Topp's longest running product is not baseball cards, it's Bazooka gum. Yeah, 1947. Yeah, well, yeah, Bazooka's 47. Yep. Yeah, 47. So I think I said that, right? 51 what? Oh, that's cool. Let's check that out. Let me see it.
That are like
Well, I'll check it out later.
unknown.
Oh, really? Like not well known? I'll check that out and we'll do a different, maybe have a different one talking about. So she just said she stumbled into like 51 unknown facts about Topps. So maybe we'll get into that later. To continue down the path I was on, she's amused. See, I'm like interested in what she's seeing over there. So 1950, yeah. You had the Hopalong Cassidy pop culture card, which kind of got Topps lifted up on the map to eventually make their debut in baseball cards in 51. What's interesting to me, I'd love to. I wonder if those little photo papers are still around. Actually, that's pretty crazy. Love that one. I think they had like Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, and Rogers Hornsby. So I know the Bazooka gum lifted Topps into crazy territories. They started doing everything. I know in the early 50s, like 52, 53, maybe 54, they were like the leading candy maker in the country at the time, which is, right out of the Great Depression too. So obviously that's what the struggles the Shorns family was going through at that time. So anyways, 51, like I said, Topps released their first series of baseball cards, Series 1, Series 2, which, we still have today. They're known more today as the redback, bluebacks, but they were basically 52 cards in a separate set or a deck, and it was designed to simulate basically a baseball game. So it was like a 2-inch card by 2.5-inch card, 2 5/8. And they had on the back of you got the picture on the front, and on the back you had basically, in that bat, like a single, double, triple, home run, fly out, strikeout, whatever, etc. So basically, you play his game. This guy's up, this is what his is. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know how the game was played. I'd have to really dive into that to know, like, if you could look at the cards or if they're flipped over and you just got to know what's on the back of them, because you don't think if they're your cards, you probably know who's, if you have a Mickey Mantle card, what the back of his card says or whatever. But I guess his card wasn't until 52, so I guess Hornets Wagner. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, sounds like a really cool concept, actually. If there was I'm sure they have games like that actually out. But anyways, what really the topic here was 1952, where Topps actually, received all these, basically all the overstock, what have you, from retailers around the country that, were returning all the unsold product from the end of the 1952 season to make room for the 1953 stuff, the new stuff that was getting ready to come out. Well, what Topps did is they put it on a boat. I'm not sure, steamship something. And the myth or the rumor is that I shouldn't say myth. The rumor is that it was dumped into either the Hudson River and flowed into the Atlantic, or it was just dumped into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, they say. So the unique thing about that is that the 1952 set contains the now infamous 1952 Mickey Mantle, the myth, the legend, Mickey Mantle's rookie card, which we were looking like, we read a story earlier about the guy that has the only graded 10 Mickey Mantle card in the world. They read the story where he wanted to bring it out to this museum for this National Baseball Weekend, and they had armored trucks, literally bring his card. We said he had it insured for over $12 million, right?
Yeah, but it's worth way more.
He said it's worth way more. He had it insured for $12 million. But he said he's sure it's worth way more. Seemed like an average guy,
It was in the box that it was holding in the armored truck.
Yeah.
Was temperature.
Oh, the armored truck was. Oh, so the car didn't get like cold or hot or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that's crazy. We brought it to the museum and showed it, and it was like in this glass case, and they weren't allowed to keep it in the museum for more than 3 days because they said the lighting would actually fade the card, so they didn't want to risk that. So it's pretty crazy, to be honest with you. The crazy thing is that they dumped all that paper into the middle of the ocean, which obviously today would be a freaking huge thing, I'm sure it was a huge thing then too by somebody, probably an old hippie raised some HE double hockey sticks, and I'm sure I've never heard of it happening again. So I'm sure something happened, and I think what I heard is the reason they did it was some huge tax write-off or something, or maybe they had to pay a bunch of money, fines or something as well on top of that made it like a life lesson for them to never do again. But I know that I've never heard that happening again, or maybe we've never heard it happening again because there wasn't another 1952 Mickey Mantle baseball card out there. And frankly, I don't think anybody else from the era, Mickey Mantle's era, that is relevant today that people would. I mean, I don't know. I'm not too much into the history of the baseball card. I just kind of looked some stuff up today. I thought it was interesting, so I thought I'd bring it to the table and see what you guys thought. And if you've never heard it before, you may have. I may just be repeating some old history facts to you, and you're like, "What's this guy?" So to me, I thought it was crazy. A crazy story. The fact that they dumped the cards in the ocean, and crazy that there's so few Mickey Mantle rookie cards in the world, that they're going for like 2.8 million or something, like in not great condition. I mean, they said, the article I read earlier about the guy that had the only 10 in the world, it said that all the rest, the next highest or whatever were A's, and his was the only 10. So I'm guessing the A's would be 9s. So I know I see, even like 6s are like valued at crazy amount of money. Mickey Mantle rookie card, and I don't think there's that many. I don't really know exactly. But so yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty uneventful day. My kids got their Brogues, and King got to ride their Hot Wheels. So we got them yesterday. First time we had to let it charge overnight. So we had fun. We took a couple of laps around the complex here, and loved it. There's 2 speeds, so he just wanted to go fast. Brogues, that's what you wanted to do, bud. Just go fast. And other than that, not much going on at all. Hoping for hoping to maybe play some baseball here in the youth league here in town. Get some kids together to play a little, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. It's going to be organized, but the league canceled the season for the year already. So I know it's not going to be, let's see, I got this little light over here. I don't know if it's trying to work this light situation out in this stream. But Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna make calls to kids, parents, and see if they'll let their kid play baseball. And we didn't have enough kids even sign up to even make a team this year. So it's almost a good thing. I hate to say that, but it's like we wouldn't even. I was literally like going door to door, asking kids if they would play baseball, almost begging them, telling them we would cover the sign up fees and everything, and still couldn't get enough players. It's really sad, really, because I know when I was a kid in this town, the same town that I live in today, I didn't live here forever. I lived in West Virginia for about 10 years. But, home always calls, right? My beautiful fiance, she's from West Virginia, and one of my kids was born in West Virginia. The other was born here, not too far away. Anyways, what was I taught? I got so sidetracked. I started looking at these cards. Anyways, the kids playing baseball, yeah. So when I was a kid, we'd have 2 or 3 different teams in one, age group limit, from our town. We're kind of like rivals, basically, in their own town. Now, you have 4 kids sign up, 4. It's crazy. 4 in each age group. So, you got 12. I was having to talk to the 11 and 12-year-olds' parents and, basically say, hey, when you think about moving your kid up to play with 13 and 14-year-olds this year so they can play baseball. If not, they're not going to play. We're not going to have a team. And it's scary for some of those kids that were just, the kids are just turned, 11. So it'd be their first year in G Leagues, what it's called, going right into the 13, 14-year-old age group. Kids are throwing a lot harder than what they're even expecting. They just got out of their first 2 years of, experiencing a kid pitching to them. And then they jump right into some kids throw pretty hard. I know when I was a kid, there was guys were throwing like 85, 90, even maybe not 90. I know he was the one kid on our team, throwing 85, smoke. I mean, we won a state championship, that age group. Kid was, we didn't even, it was shutout city when he was on the mound, So, a lot of these kids, I've seen them too, and they're, it's just like, it'd be really like, I don't know, they would like, it would be, I don't think it'd be rewarding, but rewarding in the long run, just having that much more experience in that division, you'd have 4 years to play in that same age group basically, or maybe not 4. You might jump back down next year. There might be enough kids next year, hopefully. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to try to ground up enough kids, 13 and 14-year-olds to play and go play kind of like a local traveling league, I guess you'd call it, and play some of the other 13 and 14-year-old teams around the area, kind of practice during the week and stuff. And it'd be, baseball, I guess, still, if we can get enough kids. But I'm not that confident in that, to be honest with you, because, like I said, it was we really struggled before to get kids to sign up, and it's going through like just asking kids' parents again, like, hey, round 2, you want them to play or what? So who knows? Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, and can only hope for the best, right? And kids got to be bored. They've been in their house for 2 months. They probably will be itching to play some baseball at this point. It could be a blessing in disguise. Get out and play a little bit, So I'm going to show you guys. Oh, yeah, let's see what this. So I got this. I got it like after the championship. Cavs. I worked for the. Well, I worked. I'm no longer going to go back for my next year with the Browns. I've been doing fan experience surveys with them for 2 years. Very rewarding experience, I'll be honest. Really up close and personal in the stadium. It's awesome. Got a lot of cool stuff. But it's just like I didn't get to watch enough of the games. You know, I'm a big Brown fan. I want to watch the game. You know, I basically have to sit there and watch it on a little TV from the concession stand. The only way to catch the game for the first half, anyways. The second half, I'd always walk out on deck with security and say, "Look, I've got my numbers for the day, and here we go. Let's watch the second half of the game." Best part, but first half, you know, I'm there. Like it was fun, you know, being with the fans and stuff. But when you're losing the fans, the Browns fans, they're not happy. You know, Browns fans are not happy when they're losing. When we're losing, I should say. Very prideful fan group, I should say, and organization. That's pretty cool. I got that. I did a heritage break. Frankie Lindor. That was what the thumbnail was on the back. It has, but I thought it was kind of fitting with Topp's news, not short on power, because there is a lot of interesting stuff to be talked about. For those of you maybe just watching, it's my favorite baseball card right now. It's the Staying Light Sox in here. Frankie Lindor, Topp's tribute out of 50. You know, if I can hit 1,000 subscribers, I can just use my phone, which has a way better camera. I can use a different angle too, because this laptop is really not doing the trick, and it's also not able to. It's crazy. I can't download software for the webcam I need, so just a mess, you know. Well, 9 o'clock. I think I'm gonna go catch up on either Westworld or Outlander. I think I'm missing the finale of Outlander, which is a good show. It's kind of a chick flick, but it's not bad. Let's put it this way. I watched the whole thing, and my old lady hasn't watched this. Well, she watched a couple episodes maybe. She's not even into it, and I still watched it, and I liked it. Pretty cool, interesting story. And Westworld, kind of disappointing. This season. If any of you guys are Westworld fans, I like the first two. Very big fan of the first two, but this one I was living up to the hype. I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it. I don't know. I just don't feel like it was as good. Guess I could rewatch it. Got time. The time. All right. I'm skating. We'll catch you guys later next time. Have a good night and wash your hands, you know.